Alright, so getting to the last few cards here. Gideon Jura is another Planeswalker, so here's a new name of a Planeswalker, so I'm not just sticking to that one group anymore. So he's 3 and double white for Planeswalker Gideon. It's a weird, interesting name for a Planeswalker. He starts with 6 loyalty. He has a +2, a -2, and a 0, so he's a lot like traditional Planeswalkers with the +2, -2. The 0 is, the Jace kind of innovation, I guess. So his +2 ability is that during your opponent's next turn, creatures that player controls must attack Gideon Jura if able. One caveat to that, I suppose, is if they destroy Gideon Jura before their attack step, they don't have to attack. So it could be a wasted ability. So if they Maelstrom Pulsed him or whatever. For -2, you can destroy target tapped creature. And for 0, until end of turn, he becomes a 6/6 human soldier creature that's still a Planeswalker, and prevent all damage that would be dealt to him that turn. So it becomes a 6/6, I'm either going to deal 6 damage to you, or I'm going to edict you. So, more than likely, let's say it was 7 toughness guy. Or a protection from white guy. Okay. I saw someone on a board complaining that he didn't become white. Like, okay, dude, he's already white. He doesn't have to become white. I think the artwork is fine. Not great, not bad. Fine. It's an interesting, less like emo-looking Planeswalker than most of the other ones. So in that sense, he's good. Do I think he'll get constructed play? I mean, in limited, obviously, he'll be dumb. In constructed, I don't know. 5 mana's getting onto the top end of Planeswalkers that are playable. Mostly your Planeswalkers have to cost 4 or less to be decent, get a lot of play. I don't see him as being played as a lot, like a 4 of in anything, or even a 3 of in anything. He might get played as a 2 of. Some people were saying blue-white with Jace. I don't see that. I think he'll be best in decks that actually have a lot of creatures already, so you can punish them for attacking by killing a bunch of their guys. You might be okay with Jace if you have like Wall of Denials and stuff, I guess. Calcite Snappers. But yeah, I mean, he's fine. I don't see him as being as good as a lot of the other ones, though. I mean, Elspeth, I think, is just still better, and I don't know. Destroy target tapped creature is kind of a cool ability, so you can get a pretty high value out of him right away. I guess once again, time will tell. He has a high loyalty to start with, so that's nice. He doesn't have to get bigger to be able to protect himself, but his +2 ability doesn't get you anywhere unless they have a bunch of guys out, and they didn't want to attack you anyway, right? So not like Soren's ability or a lot of the other abilities. Anyway, I think he's fine, but not amazing. He'll probably get a little play here and there. Let's see, Surreal Memoir, 3 and a red. It's an uncommon sorcery. Return an instant card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Has rebound. So if you have a whole bunch of removal and you feel like you can really control the game and afford the tempo loss of this card, sure, it could be decent. Constructed, no. Too slow, I think. Limited, just if you can build around it. If you can't, then it'll be terrible. So it'll just be kind of a really deck-dependent card. And so far, we haven't seen a lot of removal. And not really a lot of instant removal. I don't know what that's going to do, or if they just haven't spoiled those cards yet. Okay. We have Traitorous Instinct here. 3 and a red. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature until end of turn. It gets +2/+0 and gains haste. So I guess this is like an Eldrazi spawn getting big. Although you would just sack it in response. So I don't think you're going to be taking an Eldrazi spawn token. unless your opponent's really bad, which I've had happen. I've taken control of my opponent's hex mages before, and not had them sack it to, remove all counters from a random permanent, and just absolutely owned them with it. So, it happens. But I think this is one of the more solid threaten abilities that they've printed. 4 mana is a decent amount, but by the time you want to threaten and go all in, you're a little later in the game anyway. The +2/+0 is nice, because it makes really any of their creatures a threat. It makes them really want to block it. So it'll be a solid, one of in a deck. I probably wouldn't play 2. Draw a Tree Speaker, 1 green for a 1/1 elf druid. Level up for 2, and then at level 1 it becomes its second version, which is a 1/2 that has tap for double green. And then at level 5 it becomes a 1/4 that says all elves you control can tap for double green. So it's pretty good. You drop it on turn 1, turn 2 you pay its level up, and then you tap it for your 2-drop. So it doesn't cost you anything turn 2. And then turn 3 you've got a pretty high accelerant on your hands. So it's all good and fine. Anyway, artwork, Trader's Instinct, meh. Draga Tree Speaker is fine, decent. Surreal Memoir is fine, not great. And thanks for watching.